Welcome back to another deep dive from Peaceful Rooster Experience.
It's great to be here.
Today we're diving into the world of streaming databases.
Okay.
And this is a topic that you specifically requested.
Yes.
We're going to deliver for you.
All right.
Buckle up, because we are going to be exploring
Okay.
how this technology is completely revolutionizing how we handle data.
Yeah.
You know, it's fascinating how this need
Mm-hmm.
for real-time insights has totally reshaped
Yeah.
our approach to data processing.
It has.
We've gone from these massive, slow-moving data warehouses
Yeah.
to needing answers in like the blink
Yeah.
of an eye.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the internet age.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
the volume and the speed of data generation is just
Yeah.
mind-boggling. Traditional methods just couldn't keep pace with this constant influx of information.
Imagine trying to analyze a raging river
Yeah.
by taking like a bucket full of water every hour.
Right.
You would miss all the dynamic changes,
Absolutely.
the swirling currents,
Yeah.
the real story
Yep.
that's unfolding in real time.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Streaming databases allow us to analyze that river as it flows,
Wow.
capturing every ripple and eddy.
Okay.
One of the key players in this field
Yeah.
is Apache Kafka.
Okay.
Now, to truly understand its power, we need to grasp a fundamental concept,
Okay.
the write-ahead log,
Okay.
or Waltuki.
The Walla. Now, what's so fascinating is that's not a new idea,
Mm-hmm.
but it's become essential in the world of streaming.
Right.
What is it about this concept that makes it so crucial?
The wall is all about ensuring data durability.
Okay.
Think of it as a safety net for your database.
Okay.
Before any change is made to the database,
Right.
it is first recorded in this log.
Yeah.
So if a system crashes,
Yeah.
you can simply replay those changes from the log
Okay.
and bring everything back to its consistent state.
So it's like having an undo button for
Precisely.
any catastrophic event.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, Kafka takes this concept to a whole new level.
Okay.
Instead of just using the wall for traditional database updates,
Right.
Kafka treats streams of data, like those from websites or sensors,
Yeah.
as a continuous real-time wall.
So Kafka sees everything as an event to be logged,
Right.
guaranteeing that nothing gets lost in the flow.
That's the idea.
Wow.
And that brings us to a fascinating concept called turning the database inside out.
Turning the database inside out.
Yes.
What's
I know it sounds a little crazy,
This
but
is like a recipe for disaster.
hear me out.
Okay.
Traditionally, databases kept everything very tightly coupled within their own structure.
Okay.
This guy, Martin Kleppmann, brilliant mind in the database world,
Yeah.
proposed this idea of essentially externalizing components like the WAL-L.
Okay.
And by doing that, you create a more modular and scalable system.
So instead of everything happening
Yeah.
inside this black box,
Yeah.
you're breaking it down into independent parts
Right.
that can work together more flexibly.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what Kafka embodies beautifully.
Wow.
It acts as both a data processor
Okay.
and a super reliable log,
Okay.
all thanks to that externalized wall concept.
This is mind-blowing.
It is pretty cool.
Okay, let's zoom back in on Kafka.
Okay.
You mentioned topics and partitions.
Yes.
These sound like ways to organize and manage
Yeah.
this constant deluge of data.
Absolutely.
Right.
Imagine you have a fire hose of data
Okay.
coming in from various sources.
Yeah.
Topics act like labeled buckets,
Okay.
categorizing that data
Okay.
into manageable streams.
So it's a way to make sense of the chaos.
Yes.
To separate the wheat from the chaff.
Exactly.
Right.
Now partitions come into play
Okay.
when you need to scale things up.
Okay.
Imagine your customer orders topic
Yeah.
is getting flooded with data. Partitions split that data stream across multiple servers,
Okay.
allowing for massive parallel processing.
Ah, so instead of one worker trying to drink from a fire hose,
Yeah,
you've got a team sharing the load,
exactly.
each handling a smaller, more manageable stream.
That's a great way to put it.
And the beauty of Kafka
Yeah.
is that it can retain those messages
Yes.
for a set period,
Yes.
giving you the flexibility to replay events
Right.
or analyze historical data.
That's right.
That's incredible. It's like having a time machine for
Right.
your
It's-
data.
Yeah.
But hold on, if we're talking about real-time insights,
Yeah.
how do you actually make sense of this constant
Yeah, it's a great.
flood of information?
Right.
Querying that on the fly must be a nightmare.
That's right. That's where the concept
Yeah.
of materialized views comes in.
Okay, materialized views.
Yes.
So they sound like a potential solution
They are.
to this query conundrum.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Imagine you have a complex question
Okay.
you need to answer frequently.
Right.
Instead of running that same complex query
Yeah.
on the live data stream every time, you pre-compute the results and store them in a materialized view.
So it's like having a cheat sheet
Exact.
for your data
Yes.
with pre-calculated answers
That's right.
to your most common questions.
That's it.
This reduces query latency,
Yeah.
but it also saves a ton of processing power.
A lot of processing power.
So instead of crunching numbers on the fly
Right.
every time,
Yeah.
you can access these pre-computed results
That's right.
almost instantly.
Almost instantly.
It's incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal chef who preps all your ingredients.
That's right.
So you can whip up a gourmet meal in minutes.
That's a great analogy.
And it makes data access so much simpler.
Yes, it does.
Materialized views can present like a clean, understandable snapshot of this complex data.
Absolutely.
Imagine you're running an e-commerce site.
Okay.
You can use materialized views to track real-time customer behavior.
Right.
Like which products are trending, which demographics are most engaged.
Yeah.
So instead of sifting through mountains of raw data,
That's right.
you've got this curated dashboard that highlights the most important insights.
Yes.
That's super valuable for making quick decisions.
It is.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to a real-world example that we can all relate to.
Right.
Clickstream analysis.
Ooh, clickstream analysis. Every website seems to be tracking our every move these days.
It's true. While privacy concerns are definitely important,
Right.
clickstream data can also be incredibly valuable for businesses with streaming databases.
Right.
They can analyze user behavior in real time.
Okay.
Think about it. As you browse a website, each click generates an event.
Right.
A streaming database captures those events, enriches them with context like your browsing history or past purchases,
Right.
and then analyzes them to provide insights.
So it's not just about knowing what someone clicked on.
Exactly.
It's about understanding the why behind that click.
The why.
What's the story behind that action?
That's where the real power lies.
Right.
Imagine a customer browsing for winter boots.
Okay.
By analyzing their clickstream in real time, you can instantly offer a personalized recommendation.
Yeah.
Maybe a discount on matching gloves or a suggestion for a similar style.
Okay.
They might like...
It's like having a virtual shopping assistant.
Exactly.
Who knows your tastes and can anticipate your needs.
Exactly.
But let's take a step back for a second.
Okay.
We've been using the terms transactions and events almost interchangeably.
Yeah.
Are they the same thing in the context of streaming databases?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
While they're related, there is a distinction.
Okay.
Transactions are the classic database actions. Insert, update, delete.
Okay.
They're all about maintaining data integrity and consistency.
So transactions are like the official record keeping.
That's right.
Making sure the database is always in a balanced and accurate state.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, events are a bit different.
Okay.
They represent actions or interactions within an application or system.
Oh,
things like user clicks, sensor readings, or financial transactions.
Okay.
They provide context and detail to those database changes.
So events are what just happened, while transactions are how we're recording that happening in the database.
I got it.
Okay.
And what's amazing is that streaming systems handle both seamlessly.
Wow.
They can record those raw events as they happen and ensure those changes are accurately reflected in the database.
So we can track both the what and the how.
That's right.
In real time.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It is.
You mentioned context enrichment earlier.
I did.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure.
It sounds like a way to make raw event data more meaningful.
It is. Imagine a single click on a product page.
Okay.
On its own. It doesn't tell you much.
Right.
But what if you enrich that click with the customer's demographics, their past purchase history, their current browsing session?
Suddenly that click becomes part of a larger narrative.
Exactly.
You can understand the customer's intent, their preferences, their potential needs.
Absolutely.
Right.
Context enrichment is all about adding intelligence to those raw events, making them more valuable for analysis and decision-making.
It's like taking a single brushstroke.
Yeah.
And seeing how it contributes to the entire painting.
That's a great analogy.
Right.
Context enrichment is crucial for making smarter decisions. personalizing recommendations and ultimately providing a better user experience.
This is truly groundbreaking stuff.
It is.
But there's another piece of the puzzle we need to discuss.
Okay.
Change data capture.
Yes.
Or CDC.
CDC.
It sounds like a way to keep different systems in sync.
You are right on the mark.
Okay.
Imagine you have a traditional database.
Great.
That's constantly being updated.
Right.
CDC captures those changes, inserts, updates, deletes, and converts them into a stream of events.
So it's like having a live feed of all the database changes, making sure everything stays consistent across different systems.
That's right.
This is crucial for applications that demand real-time accuracy.
Absolutely.
Think about things like real-time inventory management, dynamic pricing systems, or even fraud detection.
Yes.
Wow. The possibilities are truly endless.
They are.
But how do you actually get all these different systems talking to each other?
Right. That's a great question.
We're talking about traditional databases, streaming platforms, various applications.
Yes.
It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
That is where connectors come into play.
Okay, connectors.
Yes. Think of them as the glue that holds this diverse data ecosystem together.
Okay.
You have source connectors that pull data from traditional databases and convert it into real-time streams.
Okay.
And then you have sync connectors that do the opposite. They take those process streams and feed them back into databases or other applications.
So connectors are like universal translators.
Exactly.
Enabling these different systems to communicate and share data seamlessly.
Yes.
This is incredible.
It's very powerful.
Will bridge the gap between traditional and modern data architectures, allowing businesses to create a truly hybrid ecosystem where data flows freely. That's right. And insights are generated in real time.
That is the goal.
This opens up a whole world of possibilities.
It does.
For how we manage and utilize data.
It really does.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of streaming databases so far.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But we are not done yet.
Okay.
Stay tuned as we continue to explore the amazing applications and potential of this groundbreaking technology.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Welcome back to our deep dive into streaming databases. Before we left off, we were talking about connectors.
We were.
Those versatile tools.
Yes.
That act as bridges between different data systems.
That's right. They're really the key to creating this seamless flow of data in an environment where you've got these traditional databases coexisting with these modern streaming architectures.
So it's about having the right data in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Regardless of where it originates or where it needs to go.
That's the idea.
That's incredible. But let's shift our focus now to the bigger picture.
Okay.
How are streaming databases transforming the way businesses operate?
Well, the impact is profound.
Okay.
The most immediate benefit is speed.
Okay.
Real-time insights empower businesses to respond to changing conditions with incredible agility, whether it's adjusting pricing strategies, optimizing inventory levels, personalizing customer experiences. Streaming databases enable them to stay ahead of the curve.
It's like having a finger on the pulse of your operations.
Yes.
Constantly monitoring and adapting to these ever-changing dynamics of the market.
That's right. It's not just about reacting, though.
Right.
Streaming databases, combined with things like machine learning and predictive analytics, allow businesses to anticipate trends and make proactive decisions. It's about moving from hindsight to foresight.
So it's not just a rear-view mirror.
It's like a crystal ball that helps businesses see what's coming and navigate the future with more confidence.
Exactly.
That's incredibly powerful.
It is.
Are there any downsides to using streaming databases?
Well, of course, every technology has its trade-offs.
Right.
One of the biggest challenges, I would say, is complexity.
Okay.
Setting up and managing these streaming systems, especially at scale, requires specialized expertise.
Okay.
It's not a simple plug-and-play solution.
So you need skilled engineers who understand.
Yes, you need people who understand distributed systems, data pipelines, real-time processing,
Right.
it can be quite complex.
So it's not just about buying a piece of software.
No, it's not.
It's about building
It's about building the
a
infrastructure.
robust infrastructure and
Yeah.
having the right talent to manage it effectively.
That's right. And that's why we see a lot of companies,
Yeah.
especially smaller ones,
Right.
that may not have these dedicated IT teams.
Yeah. Turning to cloud-based solutions. Cloud providers offer these managed streaming database services that take care of a lot of those infrastructure complexities.
Right. So it lowers the barrier to entry.
Exactly.
And allows businesses to focus on extracting value from their data.
Yes.
Rather than wrestling with infrastructure.
That's right.
So what's next for streaming databases? What exciting trends are?
Well, one thing is for sure,
Yeah.
streaming is here to stay.
Okay.
It's rapidly becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
And we're seeing explosive growth in its adoption across industries.
Okay.
As streaming databases become more sophisticated,
Right.
I think we're going to witness even more innovative use cases emerge,
Right.
really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with real-time data.
It's exciting to imagine what the future holds.
It is.
Can you give us a glimpse of some of those potential applications?
Absolutely. Think about real-time fraud detection,
Sure.
where streaming databases can analyze transactions as they occur, flagging suspicious activity,
Right.
preventing financial losses,
Okay.
or personalized healthcare,
Right.
where patient data can be continuously monitored
Yeah.
to provide timely interventions and
Right.
improve outcomes,
Okay.
or even smart cities,
Okay.
where you've got sensors and streaming analytics
Right.
optimizing traffic flow,
Wow.
managing resources efficiently,
Okay.
creating a more sustainable urban environment.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a data revolution,
I think we are.
where real-time insights
Yeah,
transform the world around us.
I agree.
But amidst all this excitement,
Yeah.
we can't ignore the elephant in the room, privacy concerns.
Of course.
With all this data being collected and
Yeah.
analyzed in real time,
Yeah,
how do we ensure that it's being used responsibly and ethically?
that's a critical question.
Right.
As with any powerful technology,
Yeah.
there's always the potential for misuse.
Right.
It's imperative to have robust security measures in place
Right.
to protect sensitive data
Right.
and to be transparent about how it's being used.
Right.
Regulations like GDPR
Yeah.
are stepping stones, I think,
Yeah.
towards ensuring data privacy.
Right.
And businesses need to prioritize
Yeah.
ethical data practices.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
No, it's not.
It's about using it responsibly.
Yes.
And building trust with users.
Exactly.
Now, I know you're passionate about data and its potential.
I am.
What excites you most about the future of streaming databases?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think what captivates me the most is this potential for hyper-personalization.
Okay.
Imagine a world where every interaction,
Yeah.
every experience
Yeah.
is tailored precisely to you
Right.
based on your preferences, your needs, even your current context.
Wow.
It's about moving beyond segmentation and creating these truly individualized experiences.
That's like having a personal assistant who understands you. It's better than you understand yourself.
Yes.
Anticipating your needs.
Yeah.
Delivering precisely what you want when you want it.
And with streaming databases and machine learning, this level of personalization is becoming increasingly achievable.
It's truly mind-boggling to think about the possibilities.
It is.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey.
It has.
But as we approach the end,
Yeah.
what key takeaway would you like our listeners to remember?
I would say the most important takeaway is this.
Okay.
Streaming databases represent a fundamental shift in how we think about data.
Okay.
It's no longer about storing information and analyzing it later.
Okay.
It's about capturing, processing, and acting on data in real time.
It's about turning data into action.
Yes.
Into insights that drive decisions and shape outcomes.
Precisely. And that's what makes streaming databases so transformative.
Right.
They enable businesses to be more agile, more responsive, and ultimately more successful in today's very dynamic world.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
But before we wrap things up, I have one final question for you.
Okay.
What's one practical step our listeners can take today to start exploring
That's a great question.
the world of streaming databases?
I think the best way to get started is to simply start experimenting.
Okay.
There are fantastic open source tools available, like Apache Kafka, that you can download and play with.
Okay.
There are also countless online resources and tutorials that can help you learn the ropes.
Okay.
The key is to just dive in, get your hands dirty, and start exploring.
That's excellent advice. So to our listeners, don't be afraid to jump in and start experimenting.
Have fun.
The world of streaming databases is waiting to be explored. As we wrap up our deep dive into this fascinating world of streaming databases, I'm struck by how this technology, it's not just about speed or efficiency.
It's more than that.
But it's about fundamentally changing the way we interact with data.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Wow.
It really is a paradigm shift.
Right.
We're moving from this world where data was this static thing, something to be stored and analyzed retrospectively, to a world where data is alive, constantly flowing and driving real-time action.
It's like the difference between reading a history book and experiencing events as they unfold.
Right.
Streaming databases put us right in the middle of the action.
They do. They really do. And you know what's interesting is
what's that?
This evolution didn't come from like some big tech giant pushing a new product. It emerged from a genuine need. This explosion of data from the internet, from sensors, from all corners of the digital world. It demanded a new approach.
It's like the data itself was crying out for a way to be understood and utilized in real time.
I like that.
Right.
And streaming databases are the answer.
It all started with this.
And it all started with
seemingly mundane.
Simple concept. Write-ahead log.
The wall.
The wall here. Who would have thought that this seemingly mundane logging mechanism would become like the foundation for a data revolution?
It's a testament to the power of innovation.
Yes.
Seeing the potential in these existing ideas and applying them in new and creative ways.
Exactly.
It's not always about inventing something entirely new. Sometimes it's about looking at what we already have with fresh eyes.
Fresh eyes. That's a great way to put it. And that's what makes this field so exciting. It's constantly evolving with new ideas and new approaches emerging all the time.
So as we bring this deep dive to a close, what's the one message you want our listeners to take away?
I would say it's this. Streaming databases aren't just a technology, they're a mindset. It's a shift from passive data collection to active data utilization. It's about embracing the power of real-time insights to make smarter decisions, to create more engaging experiences, and ultimately to transform the way we interact with the world around us.
It's about turning data into action.
Yes.
Into a force that shapes the present.
That's right.
And guides us toward a better future.
Beautifully put. And remember, this is just the beginning as streaming databases continue to evolve. Who knows what incredible innovations lie ahead.
The possibilities are truly endless.
They are.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to stay curious, keep exploring.
Keep diving deep.
And maybe you'll be the one to discover the next groundbreaking application of this revolutionary technology.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you.
Likewise. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
On this deep dive into the world of streaming databases.
Appreciate it.
We hope you found it as enlightening and inspiring as we have.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep on diving deep.
Keep on diving.